We're working on random security. We're trying to push them.
North Salt Lake, Utah, January 21st, 2017. A FedEx truck was crossing the tracks when a front-runner train suddenly approached, and the entire moment was captured on Dashcam. The alarming part, the warning lights, bells, and crossing arms were not functioning because the system had been affected by ice and snow, leaving the driver unaware that a train was coming. The climax came when the train struck the rear of the truck, ripping the cargo trailer aside. But fortunately, no one suffered serious injuries. Lowndes County, Georgia, May 24, 2023. While deputies were handling a crash on US Highway 84, another vehicle suddenly approached without slowing down. The car clipped the rear of a tow truck and flipped upright onto the shoulder, creating a chaotic scene right in front of the deputies.
Good. And they're now 250 rollover. 1,000-second EMS immediate roll.
At the peak of the incident, a deputy sprinted toward the overturned vehicle to help the driver despite debris flying across the roadway. A female deputy was struck by debris and taken for evaluation. Fortunately, she sustained only minor injuries. The driver, a 21-year-old woman from Tallahassee, Florida, survived serious injuries and is reported to be in stable recovery at the hospital. Chino Hills, California, the morning of January 18, 2019. Just before 11 o'clock in the morning, officers responded to a residential burglary in Chino Hills when three suspects, 21-year-old Cassidy Poston, 20-year-old Oscar Rivas, and 23-year-old Brandon Buchanan immediately jumped into a vehicle and fled. The pursuit headed westbound onto Highway 60, where the suspects drove at high speed through heavy traffic, creating an extremely dangerous situation. With no path of escape, all three suspects surrendered on the spot. Officers quickly took Poston, Rivas, and Buchanan into custody and recovered all stolen property from the original burglary. Littleton, Colorado, September 4, 2024. Douglas County deputies responded to a reported theft at a salvage yard on Blakeland Drive. When confronted, Brenton Zeiler, 29 years old, rammed a patrol vehicle with a stolen Toyota Tundra and fled, forcing deputies into a pursuit. During the escape, he was accused of firing toward law enforcement, escalating the situation to a critical level.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, we'll.
5832 exiting Bellevue.
Exiting Bellevue, 305.
5 David 32, they just lost the trailer. It is blocking the exit to Bellevue. The truck is now eastbound. 5 David 32, I'm pursuing the truck. Speeds of about 70, eastbound Bellevue. Speeds about 75, light traffic.
I copy, and we have Englewood with multiple units with you.
Copy. Speeds about 80, continuing eastbound. I believe the chunks of the wheel are coming off. And we are just have.
The chase reached its climax near Village Greens Park, where Zyler lost control and crashed.
Richmond, you guys something up there? We're working on right on security. The car pushed out, I think, south, but I'm going to clear the lots of stuff.
He attempted to run but was quickly apprehended. Zyler now faces a series of serious charges. However, 2 additional suspects who were believed to have fled the scene have not yet been located. The pursuit has ended, but the investigation remains ongoing as authorities work to identify and track down the remaining individuals. Santa Ana, California, April 5th, 2018. Santa Ana officers attempted to stop a vehicle suspected of being stolen, driven by 18-year-old Alexander Angel Garcia with passengers Sandoval and Quintero. Instead of complying, Garcia accelerated and led officers on a high-speed pursuit, forcing the California Highway Patrol to assist as the vehicle sped onto the freeway and then looped back into Santa Ana. The chase reached its peak when the suspect's vehicle veered into Costa Mesa and collided head-on with a fuel transport truck carrying aviation fuel.
I did hear them talk about it earlier on. I don't think that the people in that... Huh? 3 occupants. Whoa, whoa, ho! Whoa! Ho, ho! And that car is not going anymore. I hear there's 3 people inside that car. No doors have popped open after that crash. Big Rig, there you go. 1 person out the window trying to make a run. Oh, if he tries to carjack that car, that's going to be something. Yeah. Yeah, lock those doors, buddy. There you go. Officers making their way here right now. Number of officers. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh yeah. Yeah, now he's doing the, oh yeah, I give up. Look at that. Look at that. Bristol and Pomerano. Bristol and Pomerano. You got 1 person in custody, you got another person kind of making their way out of...
Fortunately, the fuel tank was not compromised. 1 suspect jumped out of a window and attempted to carjack 2 separate vehicles to escape but was quickly stopped. The truck driver was unharmed, and 1 suspect was transported for medical treatment. All 3 are facing multiple charges, including fleeing, attempted carjacking, hit and run causing injury, and committing offenses for the benefit of a criminal gang. Riverside, California, July 25th, 2022. Riverside police were tracking 32-year-old Quinton Jarnall Larks after 2 home invasion robberies and the takeover of an Amazon delivery truck inside a mobile home park. Using GPS, officers located the stolen truck as Larks repeatedly rammed parked vehicles along Arlington Avenue. When officers attempted to stop him, Larks fled through multiple streets, crossed the center median, and struck another vehicle before heading onto State Route 60.
Copy.
All right, just TC'd into a car, gray car in the intersection.
There's no medical for that TC at that intersection.
Here, we're on readiness TC'd, moderate TC on the freeway right there.
On that car.
Just TC'd really bad again into another truck. Vehicle's gonna be disabled, we're gonna keep an eye on him. He's hopping out of the car, gonna go northbound across the freeway. We got him. Be able to hop this wall just north of you guys.
Air 110 on the street name.
Alright, they're making contact with him now.
The climax occurred when he intentionally rammed 3 occupied vehicles, disabling the truck and bringing it to a stop near Day Street. Larks ran across the freeway but was unable to clear a barrier and was taken into custody moments later. He now faces a long list of serious charges, including attempted murder, home invasion robbery, and carjacking. Woodbridge, New Jersey, December 28th, 2023. Cranford police were pursuing a stolen vehicle on the Garden State Parkway when the driver, Kevin Hallfinger, 40 years old, lost control and crashed near a southbound exit. When the vehicle came to a stop, Hallfinger stepped out in an agitated state and immediately resisted as officers approached.
We're southbound. Speeds are 60 to the restaurant. How do you better condition the traffic? Traffic light. There is road conditions fine for pedestrians. Authorized to pull able for the safe route. Drive lane will be with that. The ground will do. Will down. Currently doing 92. Approaching exit 135 Parkway southbound.
The situation reached its climax moments after the crash. Hallfinger fired toward two officers, escalating the encounter within seconds.
Approaching exit 131, southbound Parkway, light traffic, speeds are 87. And okay, vehicle crash 131. We're notifying safely.
One officer sustained a minor injury during the exchange. Hallfinger was found unresponsive at the scene shortly after midnight, with a firearm recovered beside him. The injured officer has since been treated and released from the hospital. Minnesota, January 20th, 2016. Dashcam video from the Minnesota State Patrol captured the moment a semi-truck had just pulled away from Sergeant Jeff Shea's inspection stop, when the driver suddenly ignored the red lights and railroad warning signals, driving directly onto the tracks at the Highway 7 and County Road 101 crossing, about 3 miles from Eveleth.
Speed 584, Virginia.
584.
I just had a train strike a truck out here at 7 and 101. Send up medical.
Just seconds later, a train barreled through, striking the semi and dragging it nearly a quarter mile, creating a chaotic scene along the rail line. Fortunately, no serious injuries were reported. The 67-year-old driver sustained only a minor cut near his eye and was later cited for failing to stop at a railroad crossing. The collision served as a forceful reminder of the extreme danger of disregarding train signals.
I just watched We are
Columbus, Ohio, early morning of February 3rd, 2024. Police pursued Gregory Ivory, 42, after he drove a semi-truck into a building and fled the scene. When officers attempted to stop him on Carl Road, Ivory refused to pull over and continued driving down the middle of the roadway, plowing through a roundabout and striking multiple vehicles, sending sparks flying from beneath the truck.
out northbound Carl, and looks like his truck's on fire. He just broke his gas line, and you'll see a trail of fire northbound Cleveland Avenue. I'm sorry, northbound Carl. And he's coming to a stop here.
Pass 161.
He's trying to back into me, radio. He's trying to ram me. We're north of, we're up here on Carl, north 161.
Copy. Make it a 3. Call north 161.
All right, he's back, blacked out, back northbound. I avoided the collision, and we have a supervisor copying this.
That's what I copy.
Speeds are 35. He's still got 2. It's a green tag, so I can't tell what state it is. And we're northbound. He's left to center here, coming up on Schrock.
Hey, copy. That's why nobody's made contact because of the 3.
All right, standby radio. We're westbound Schrock. He's trying to hit a cruiser. He just 5 to cruiser. 9011. Get a squad to 9011. Carl and Schrock.
Copy, Carl, Schrock. Man, like that, but y'all can just stay on it. Westbound Schrock. 3.
All right, hold on. He's okay. We're still westbound.
Westbound, eastbound lanes.
Hey, can we get some cruisers up in front of him to clear some traffic? If we can get safely by. Stand by. He's going to ram you if you try to go by him. All right, he's stopping on the bridge. He's probably going to try to back up on us.
Six 1 3 and 4. Start that way as well.
That radio? All right, he tried to ram me again. I had to jump the lanes here. We're away again, westbound. Let Worthington know.
Westbound shop, speed of 40, Kidnapping.
Yeah, 10, whoever's behind me, call it. Radio on primary, and someone behind me is going to call. For the caller, so the car's behind me, watch out. He might try to fire some 43s. Hey, he's at us here.
Check, we'll do a couple minutes work. We're going to head that way. 100% baby.
Southbound 23 or High Street. He's in the southbound or northbound lanes going southbound.
I come.
I'm gonna stay off the radio. Whoever's got it behind me, take it.
I've got traffic blocked, 23 south, 70.
Alright, we're coming up on 161.
I copy, coming up on 161. Hey, you guys have now.
We're in Worthington. We passed Howard Avenue.
Jack, we're coming up to East North Parkway. He just flied the car. He's slowed down. He stopped right at the intersection. We got a FedEx started behind East North Parkway.
The climax came when the semi collided with a patrol car and finally came to a stop. Ivory immediately jumped out of the cab and ran, but officers chased him down and safely took him into custody. He is accused of brandishing a firearm during the incident and now faces multiple serious charges. Calhoun County, Michigan, November 10, 2016. Ray John Heltzel, 19, was accused of stealing liquor from a Meijer store and sped off in a pickup truck when officers approached. He allegedly tried to ram detectives before racing toward the intersection of M66 and Beckley Road, where the white truck slammed into two vehicles, including a minivan driven by Kristen McIntosh, the most seriously injured victim.
I think that Suburban was involved too. Where are they at?
Running towards Don Pablo's. Going down Pablo's. They're running to Don Pablo's. Red sweatshirt. He had a red jacket on. Black male. Black male.
The climax came when Heltzel ditched the truck, ran on foot, and dropped a handgun before being taken into custody near the Don Pablos building. He now faces multiple serious charges, including fleeing and eluding police, assault with a vehicle, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Madera County, California. Deputies pursued a silver Chevy Silverado pickup driven by Andrew Thomas Crumman, 23 years old, after the vehicle suddenly sped through a homicide scene on Highway 198 and fled. Crumman drove recklessly at more than 110 miles per hour, weaving through Overland Road and Richmond Avenue, forcing multiple vehicles to brake hard. The pursuit became chaotic as he veered onto dirt roads in an attempt to escape.
65 miles per hour, hit him. We got aggravated assault and battery to police officer. 416 speed, 90 miles per hour, continuing eastbound Frontend towards Road Scanner Boulevard. It was over the road. Speeds are 78 miles per hour.
Star chase, successful, sir, successful. County Road 788. Speeds approximately 70 miles an hour. And for County Road 70 miles per hour.
As the vehicle shifted direction, deputies launched a star chase device to tag it with a tracker, then closed in and performed a precise pit maneuver, causing the pickup to spin sideways and come to a stop. When officers opened the door, they found a woman injured and panicked, stating that Crumman had forced her to remain in the truck. The suspect was immediately taken into custody and now faces charges including fleeing law enforcement, reckless driving, kidnapping, and assault with a dangerous weapon. Bibb County, Georgia, April 13, 2021. Troopers located a red Ford F-150 driven by juvenile Javed Ahmadi, born 2004, drifting out of its lane and nearly striking other vehicles on I-16. When officers signaled for a stop, Ahmadi accelerated onto I-75, continued using the emergency lane, and made dangerous lane changes.
Need to call the
3882. We'll show me 10-8 on your cab. I'll be 1038. West, about the 116 west, about the 1. It's going to be a red Ford F-150. Georgia, Robert Queen Lincoln, 5910, RQL 5910.
Near mile marker 169 on Asai 75, in a clear stretch of roadway, troopers executed a pit, causing the F-150 to rotate, slide off the shoulder, and come to a stop.
Got a pit. I'm about on pit 10-12. 10-12, we're pit. He's off the right shoulder. He's off the right shoulder. He's off the right shoulder. Right shoulder.
Hands! Hands! He's out. He's out. Alrighty. Hey, one off the right here, one up on the hill.
When officers approached, the vehicle was empty. The suspect had fled into the woods. At the scene, paperwork confirmed the truck had been stolen from Toombs County earlier that night. Multiple units and K-9 teams were deployed to search for the suspect. Once located, Ahmadi will face charges including felony fleeing, reckless driving, speeding, failure to maintain lane, improper lane change, driving in the emergency lane, and additional vehicle theft-related charges. Prague, Czech Republic, August 9th, 2017. Before 3 o'clock in the afternoon, officers spotted a stolen Citroën on Proseka Street. When they signaled for the driver to stop, he immediately accelerated and fled. The vehicle sped toward Povoltavska Street, crashing into 4 different cars while attempting to escape.
Pod Labuďkou ulice. Slepá, jo? Jo. Dveře, už bude ven. Taser. Bude ven? Jo. Jedeme po chodníku a jedeme zpátky křižovatka Prosecká. Jedeme směr na Holešovice. Ulice Povoltavská, směr Holešovice. Rozbije. Nehoda. Ulice Povoltavská, směr Holešovice. Tady na křižovatce způsobil nehodu. Vytlačuje auta. Ve vozidle je jedna osoba. Hlavně ohrožuje silnější provoz. Pořád jedeme.
The final collision brought the Citroën to a stop, and officers had to use force to restrain the driver due to his aggressive resistance. He was transported to the hospital, where tests showed he was positive for amphetamine. Inside the vehicle, police found burglary tools and a pepper spray pistol. The 35-year-old man, who had 18 prior convictions and was banned from driving until the year 2021, was taken into custody after medical treatment and now faces additional charges for vehicle theft, endangerment, and resisting police.
It's up in the grass. Just.
Warren, Michigan, December 26, 2023. A Warren officer initiated a traffic stop on a red Chevrolet Cruze driven by a 24-year-old man due to an expired license plate. When asked for documentation, the driver appeared nervous and suddenly accelerated away.
The window broke.
Can you put the car in park?
In the park.
So the reason I stopped you is because the plate's expired on the car. Yeah.
I'm just coming from work.
Oh yeah? Is this your car?
No, it's my girlfriend. I live down the street.
Do you have your license with you and
no
registration? Insurance?
I don't have my license.
Nothing? Alright. Is your girlfriend's car?
Yeah, she down the street. She got her license.
Where at?
Okay. Literally, I'm just coming from work.
Where do you work at? Okay. Alright. What I gotta have you do is just hop out for me real quick, man, just because you don't have your license on you, okay? Nope.
The pursuit lasted only a few minutes as the driver ran red lights and made rapid, erratic turns, showing clear panic and a desperate attempt to escape.
Whoever's walking up there. Center line's blocking. It's up in the grass. Just parallel. All right, we got the lead again from center line. He's jumping through the grass just south of 10 and east on Lawrence. Somebody go to Sherwood in 10 mile for me. All right, we're by that apartment complex just east of Sherwood, coming out to 10. All right, west on 10. You're good, clear, sorry.
Yep. Approaching Sherwood.
Through Sherwood. All right, who's ever on Mount Block, please. 1050 into a box truck. He's underneath the box truck. Airbags deployed. Let's shut this in.
The climax occurred when he sped through an intersection and collided with a pickup truck. The impact brought the Cruze to a complete stop, and officers along with firefighters rushed in to assist, but the driver was pronounced deceased at the scene. Afterward, police learned he had an active warrant and recovered a loaded handgun inside the vehicle. Waterbury, Connecticut, May 8, 2025. Waterbury police released video showing a stolen box truck driven by 29-year-old Dante Walton barreling through multiple streets after fleeing the South Main area. Even after officers used stop sticks to deflate the tires, Walton squeezed past a patrol car and accelerated onto Meadow Street. The climax unfolded on Grand Street, where the truck slammed into a police vehicle and several parked cars in front of the Silas Bronson Library.
Here we go. He just hit our cruisers. Let's get him.
I got him. We're running to the back of the library. Black male, black hoodie. He's going towards Library Park. He's going in the library. Hey, stop!
Once the truck could no longer move, Walton jumped out and ran, but was quickly taken into custody behind the library. Walton is being held on a $750,000 bond and faces numerous charges for vehicle theft, resisting, and reckless driving. Plymouth, Minnesota, May 3, 2021. Minneapolis officers were pursuing a suspect reported to be carrying a rifle and believed to have fired at multiple people. When patrol units attempted to stop the vehicle, the man immediately accelerated, speeding through Brooklyn Center and Robbinsdale at more than 90 miles per hour.
Phones or keys. Copy, southbound Xerxes.
He is in the opposite lane of traffic, southbound Xerxes.
Opposite lane of traffic.
Just past Brooklyn Drive.
Past 60th on Xerxes. Passing 60th on Xerxes.
Passing 59th, passing 59th. Tony, be careful about getting next to him if he's got that rifle. Passing Bass Lake, and he's going to be eastbound Bass Lake,
Copy, eastbound Bass Lake.
4, I authorize a fourth car and a K9. 484 will be first car.
Copy.
Okay, just passing Northway, now we're approaching Shingle Creek. Stand by. He's going to Shingle Creek. How many occupants are in this car, guys?
Because the suspect was thought to have a weapon inside the car, units maintained a safe distance. K9 teams and the Minnesota State Patrol were deployed, while the police aircraft provided overhead tracking.
Let us know when a car that can hit, it catches up. We are still westbound, passing the Plymouth City Hall Road, 90 mile an hour, coming into lots of traffic.
Still westbound on the City Hall Road, 90 miles an hour, to a lot of traffic.
Notify Medina out there too.
Flight is airborne, not overhead. They're on their way.
Okay, we're coming up to Vicksburg now. We're on the shoulder. Let you know what he does here. Okay.
Copy, that's correct.
All right, pit car is now number 2. Pit car number 2. Tony, when this comes up to you, let him go.
Sticks at next intersection, guys. Sticks at next intersection.
Okay, he's getting pitted.
Copy, getting pitted.
Start metal, have him stage.
Copy, at what exact location?
55 and Peony.
The chase reached its climax as the suspect entered Plymouth, sliding through several busy intersections. When a patrol vehicle equipped for intentional contact managed to close in, the officer seized the opportunity to perform a precise pit maneuver, spinning the vehicle out at Highway 55 and Peony Lane and bringing the dangerous pursuit to an end. The suspect was safely taken into custody once the vehicle came to a stop. No injuries were reported. Gwinnett County, Georgia, March 23, 2024. Police received a report that Eddie Sanchez, 38 years old and a former employee, had stolen a 75,000-pound front-end loader. He drove it around the property before heading out onto Corley Road, triggering a pursuit. Sanchez continued weaving through traffic on Jimmy Carter Boulevard, creating a dangerous situation for every vehicle nearby.
This vehicle. He's going to go out the main road.
Dick, watch your dick.
Making a left.
Keep me updated. I've got the sanitation truck, the large tractor, which is our best bet. It's a little bit slower, but he's behind us as well.
Hey, radio, we're in front of Victory World Church on Brook Hollow.
That's my yellow best friend.
Oh, you 10-3 for the vehicle, Corley, Center and Oprah.
10-3. Circle, across the road, Brook Drive.
This is unbelievable.
Multiple units moved in to shut down intersections as he rolled through Brook Hollow Parkway, Centerway, and eventually Singleton Road.
Keep him up! Hey! Flip it! Flip it! If you can flip it, flip it!
The chase reached its climax when a construction vehicle deployed by police managed to approach and make contact, causing the loader to tip onto its side and come to a complete stop. Sanchez was removed from the cab and taken into custody. No one was injured and no civilian vehicles were damaged. He now faces several charges, including theft and fleeing. Utah, April 7, 2022. A Utah trooper was conducting a traffic stop on a semi-truck along I-80 when another semi attempted to change lanes and struck a black passenger vehicle. Moments later, the second truck continued forward at high speed, crashing into the patrol car and the stopped semi on the shoulder.
Go ahead, 436.
Oh, 436, 1050, my location. Drill 436, we have a 1050 rollover, semi-blocking both lanes. Expedite fire, got lane shut down. Get out, get out! Are you okay? You can't. Are you okay? Can you?
The force of the impact split open the trailer, sending hundreds of cartons of eggs spilling across the roadway. Emergency crews arrived quickly. The 2 occupants of the passenger vehicle were injured but survived, and one of the truck drivers sustained minor injuries. The highway was temporarily closed while crews cleared the scene and investigated the crash. Vidor, Texas, August 4th, 2023. Robert Tunnell, 31, was seen climbing into a pickup truck with a trailer attached at a work site on Tram Road and driving off. The owner immediately followed while officers from Vidor, Rose City, and Orange County joined the pursuit on Interstate 10, where Tunnell accelerated to more than 90 miles per hour and weaved dangerously through traffic. The climax came when liquid from the trailer splashed across the roadway, and Tunnell narrowly avoided spike strips with a risky, evasive maneuver. Moments later, the high speed caused him to lose control, striking both sides of the barrier along a narrow stretch and forcing the vehicle to a stop. With officers and a K-9 unit closing in, Tunnell surrendered and was safely taken into custody. After a medical evaluation, he was booked into the Orange County Jail on charges of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle and evading arrest with a vehicle. Elvin Richard, 29 years old, was driving a stolen bus when he fled down Highway 70, then turned onto Highway 161 and barreled across active railroad tracks, making the pursuit extremely dangerous.
Unsuccessful pit.
Are y'all on Pogo yet or not?
Yeah, we're coming back towards 40. We're at Bethany.
Yeah, we're out in front of the Sonic at Bethany and 51. I'm coming up on Pogo now. I'm trying to get in front of it. Alright, hey, so go keep the next clear, okay? Black man right here, looks like you like it. We'll go on that.
Continuing that westbound to the rail yard.
Hey, y'all want to try to lock it in? Alright, 23 or 297, I'm 28. I'll take the radio. We're still about to get around an hour to the rail yard. Westbound to the rail yard. We're continuing. We are back by some large storage tanks coming into a employee parking lot. I don't see any civilians in the way. There. I think if we continue this way, we might come out by the parole.
As the bus entered the Union Pacific rail yard, officers tightened the perimeter. The climax came when Sergeant Gabe Monroe aimed at the tires and disabled the vehicle, forcing it to stop before it could create any further risk.
We've got 2 tires that have been shot out.
Richard was uninjured and taken into custody immediately. He now faces multiple charges, ranging from vehicle theft to felony fleeing. Effingham County, Georgia, April 28, 2022. Suspect William Morris Jr. was pulled over for a traffic violation, but instead of complying, he immediately accelerated and fled. Morris weaved through a construction zone, sped past a school bus as children were getting off, and nearly struck a patrol vehicle, escalating the pursuit into an extremely dangerous situation. When he was finally forced to stop, deputies found glass pipes, cocaine, and drug use paraphernalia inside the vehicle. Morris refused a blood test, clearly showing fear of the consequences he was about to face.
Collision. Got him stopped here in front of the front door. Show me your hands. Turn the car off. What do you want to go for?
The climax occurred when deputies closed in and safely took him into custody. He was later sentenced to 10 years in the Georgia state prison system, with no probation and no parole.